Hey y'all, it's Melon. I'm a 30-year-old on a recovery journey. I'm also a 35-week pregnant mommy to be. I'm really excited about having my first baby boy. And today I'm going to my very first postpartum class. It's called Postpartum Express. We're going to spend 4 hours learning some essentials of what to expect after I give birth, as far as how I can plan to recover or prepare in terms of preparing for childcare, preparing with meals that are frozen, ready to go, maybe also learning things like swaddling or how to change a diaper. I've changed a lot of diapers, but I've never swaddled a baby before. I really don't know how to do that. I have 5 nieces and nephews, and I've spent some time taking care of them, so I'm not completely inexperienced, but having a brand new baby of my very own is definitely going to be a first for me, and definitely a first for my husband, where I don't think he's experienced anything like that. So I'm excited to go to this class together and see what we learn and bring you along with us for a couple moments. Looking forward to it. Thanks. Okay, so I just got back from the Postpartum Express class. I only took a couple of videos and pictures, so I'll include those, but it was actually really useful. First of all, I realized that I'm definitely going to need to mentally and physically prepare more for post-delivery recovery. I didn't realize that I was going to be like bleeding for a week and in pain, for a couple of weeks, and that getting my child used to breastfeeding would be such a challenge of it on its own. I thought it's one of those things that's natural and your body naturally makes what it needs for the baby, but I didn't think about how we both have to learn and get used to the process on its own. And I did get to learn and practice skills like swaddling and changing a diaper and bathing the baby, so all that was really interesting. I'll probably just include the clips that I took here in the video and keep it simple, but maybe one day I'll circle back to practicing some of those skills and putting a little bit more detail and effort into it. But I'm not sure how much people really want to watch me trying that out or not, so you let me know if you're interested. Thanks.
You got to stay on track.
So, this, the happiest baby on the block suggests that you use 5 S's. Swaddling is the first one. There is something with safe sleep you need to know, which is they recommend that once before the baby can turn over, that you stop putting the baby to bed with the swaddle, mostly with the blanket. But I think if you have the swaddle that's on the sleep sack, it's different. But according to this best practice, you stop putting babies to bed swaddled at about 2 months. I think it's a little different, but again, you need to just follow the pediatrician or your own thing. So this is how you do it. It's called down, up, doo-doo. So watch what I do, and then you do it, okay? And I'll do it standing up so you can see it. So this is the best blanket to use, okay? And there's knockoffs for it as well. There's different fabrics. It's kind of like a gauze. So you make a diamond like this. You can also, if the baby's really tiny, they'll cover them, like I'm doing. But you could do it like this, okay? But I think it works better if you do it like this, because you have a little more fabric to work with. So we start here. We put the back at the baby's neck, okay? And then we'll do it together in a minute, okay? So we're going to do the first side. We put the baby's arm down, we bring it across, and we tuck it in. We get the bottom, and we bring it up, not too tight around their hips because of hip dysplasia, and we put this over here. And again, notice it's not on their face. And is the baby going to just easily say, oh yeah, I'm going to just be still? Resistance is normal, not to worry about it, okay? They'll eventually get used to it. Then you hold their arm over here, and again, at about 6 inches, you bring it across, you bring it around. It's going to be, you tighten it a little bit, and you tuck it in.
A nice little burrito.
Okay.
Down, up, down, up. Make sense to you?
Yeah.
Down, up, down, up. Okay, so this baby's swaddled. Now,
So when it's bigger, you have to pull a little bit more. It looks like you're going to get
if that's okay.
Oh, okay.
Wanted to show you this teddy bear that we have at home, and my husband had already practiced changing the diaper on. I thought that was so cute. And we have all kinds of different diapers that we got from the baby shower. Some people say it's better to stick to one for a while so you can get an idea of if, you know, they have allergies or what works for you. These, apparently this line here will change colors when the diaper is wet, so you can get an idea of when you need to change it. The lady told me to always have 2 diapers nearby. She also recommended that you go ahead and place down the clean diaper before you take the dirty diaper off, just in case accidents happen. We're also going to have a boy, so maybe we want to be careful to go ahead and cover him up before we remove the dirty diaper. They say when air hits him, he might tend to just use the bathroom. Hey, you see a toy? That's not for you, baby. Also, thank you. I guess we're gonna have to keep that in mind if we want to change in the floor. We got puppies. We're gonna have to use our changing mat. Somebody at the class told me that you could also go ahead and just put like a wet wipe under his belly button and wipe, and that coldness sometimes might make him pee. So you can go ahead and get that out of the way. The sticky tabs. Louie, you're in the way of my video. This is not your beer. The sticky tab should be in the back. And a lot of the times diaper have some kind of markers that show you where you stick them down. So those are just a couple of few tips that I learned. Also, when you take off the clean diaper, you can go ahead and use it as the first wipe before you roll it up.
Regular bath is the same as a sponge bath. Okay? So, first part is their face. We're going to practice together. So you're going to do their eyes, and I'll show you 2 ways to do it. We're going to wipe from the inside out. And the reason that we use 2 is that if there's an infection, we don't want to spread it.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you use a washcloth, you can wipe here, do it, and then do another side. Okay? So the cotton ball is just in case. Okay? But you can use a washcloth.
Okay.
The reason I have 2 washcloths is that one has soap and one doesn't.
Okay.
And so you can rinse. Remember, with babies being able to regulate their body, the temperature, they can't. So with a sponge bath, they're not going to be sitting in water. So you're going to have, they're going to be, you can do it in the kitchen sink. You can do it in the bath. I think the bathtub would be a little hard.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have one of these, being at the kitchen sink or at the bathroom sink, it works. Okay. Some people take all their clothes off before they bathe them. You can do that. I'm going to suggest that you take them off as you, well, I'll take it off right now for demonstration. Remember, babies don't like things over their head in private parts. Cleanest to dirtiest.
Legs, chest, back. Okay.
Yeah, and again, it's not critical that you do.
Okay, so I did want to share a couple of things I remember just off the top of my head, quick tips. So one of them is give your friends and family member that want to visit you a task or a chore that they have to complete before they're allowed to hold the baby. So if you want to come over and visit me and hold the baby, you need to be prepared to do my dishes or bring me a frozen lasagna or something like that. I thought that was really funny and good idea. And also just being ready to set boundaries on, you know, who we want to have visit in the first week or who we don't, what times of day would be better for people to visit versus others. You know, we're gonna want to sleep in. It's probably gonna take me time to get ready and, you know, ready for the world and for visitors in the morning. And They also shared some different tips that made me realize you really don't just want people showing up unannounced in your space if you're not ready for it when you are in the process of your body healing. They also taught me some tips for soothing a baby. So swaddling was one of them, but there was a bunch of other S's too, like shushing, was one of them. Swaying back and forth was one of them. I think the side hold, like holding it like a football hold, was one of them. So that was kind of interesting too. I really wish I could remember every tip and trick that I learned along the way. It was super useful. So maybe one day I will actually follow up with another video practicing these skills and sharing the things I remember or that I learned as I'm a new mom. So we'll see you then. Thank you for watching. If you are interested in following along with my journey, being pregnant, having my first baby, and also in recovery, please subscribe and follow along. I also really appreciate any advice you have or anything you want to know. Please feel free to comment and ask. Thanks.